Hey, TOEFL test takers. I am Champagnie, a TOEFL tutor you can literally trust. Why am I saying that? First up, I've taught over 5,000 hours and personally graded more than 7,000 student responses in the past 6 years. Both the legacy TOEFL Speaking and the new TOEFL after January 2026. I got full scores on both. Plus, I'm completely self-taught. I grew up in China, which has the largest number of TOEFL test takers in the world. The classroom is my battlefield. That's where I got all my experience. So I'm not here to walk you through some PowerPoint and tell you do this, do that. All my advice is practical, down to earth, and battle tested. Real methods from real experience. All right, let's dive into today's question, recycling. This one appeared in a recent TOEFL exam earlier this year. And I think it's one of the hardest ones because most of us are just so unfamiliar with recycling in our daily lives. Let's break it down.
Thank you for taking the time to speak with us today. I'd like to ask you some questions about your experiences with recycling and waste management. First, do you regularly recycle items such as paper, plastic, and glass? Why or why not?
It's hard, right? Okay. I want to tell you how to think here. First, let's understand what type of question this is. This is what I call it factual question. It's asking you about your real life. Have you ever done this? Describe a time. When was the last time you went on a trip? Something like that. It's not a viewpoint question like, do you agree or disagree that food today is healthier than in the past? No, this is about information. What do you actually do? Um, the core method number one, I want to share the core method number one. Pick one to two, not all three. This topic gives you three details: paper, plastic, glass. Don't try to cover them all. Pick one or two you actually do in your daily life. And honestly, even if you don't really do it, you can make one up. Nobody cares. As long as your answer sounds natural and specific, you are fine. Okay. The second, or not, rule number two, give a specific scene. A lot of my students like to give reasons, and then they struggle because they can't come up with a second reason. Here's my strategy: keep your first reason short. One sentence is enough. Then add an example instead of another reason. Examples are way easier to come up with. What I mean by that is, if someone asks you what's your favorite music genre, don't just say I like hip hop and that will be it. Instead, say I like hip hop. My favorite artist is Wiz Khalifa, and I've probably listened to See You Again like 100 times. See, that's more specific. That's a scene. That's what makes your answer stand out. That's what makes your answer longer. Remember, this is a 45-second game. Same thing here with recycling. Give me a picture that I can see. Okay. All right. Um, Number three, being real is much important, much better than being novel. Gen Generic reasons are totally fine because it's good for the environment. Sure, that works, but keep it short. One sentence, then immediately follow it with a specific example. The example is what fills up your time, not the reason. Okay, now let's look at the structure. The first 5 seconds, give your stance. Okay, yes or no, or you just answer what they ask you. Okay, then give a short reason. One sentence is good. I really recommend one sentence because it's easy to control. Like, oh, it's good for the environment, or I would try something like this. It boils down to saving money. Yeah, keep it short. Then focus on example. Right after that, add a specific example. This is the main part, about 25 seconds. The final 5 seconds, wrap it up. That's it. Wrap up is a really smart move. A lot of people forget to wrap it up. I've taken a lot of TOEFL exams before, and I like wrapping it up. Yeah. And I get full scores multiple times, and it works. Okay. Pick your angle. Here are three angles. One is paper, one is plastic, the last one is glass. I'll mainly focus on paper because it's easy to say. I'll focus on online shopping. I can give one vivid example. One vivid detail is about delivery boxes, the cardboard boxes, right? You got to recycle them. Sometimes maybe you just throw them away, or old textbooks, right? Newspapers, your grandma, your grandpa reads, right? Okay, and yeah, real stories. But I think if you make it up, it doesn't really matter as long as it sounds like a thing that average people do. You'll be fine. Okay, yeah. So the sample answer sounds like this. Okay, I do recycle, mainly paper. I shop online a lot, like almost every other day. So cardboard boxes just piled up in my apartment. My mom actually collects them and stacks them by the front door. And once there is a big enough pile, she sells them to a local recycling connector who comes around the neighborhood. He pays her a few yuan for each batch, or you could say he pays her a few dollars, a few euros, right? It's not much, but it adds up. Adds up is a really good phrase. Okay. And honestly, it's not really about saving the environment. It's more of a practical habit. You know, why throw something away when you can get a little money for it? So, yeah, that's the wrap up. Recycling paper is just something my family does without even thinking about it. The key takeaways here, one, just pick one or two, right? Don't try to cover all of them, okay? Number two, be specific. That's the part I like the most, right? Add an example, either a fake one or a real one, okay? If you want to talk about friends, just give a specific name. Just give, oh, your high school name. You gotta give them more details. You can't just say, oh, one of my friends. You gotta say one of my friends, John, right? Back in the back when I was in high school, etc. You gotta make the story full, make the story more vivid. Okay. Last but not least, be honest. Yeah, yeah, be honest. That's real. Yeah, being real is better than being novel, right? Sometimes you want to come up with a really thought-provoking reason, but your mind just get stuck, right? Get stuck. It's not your fault, right? It's so hard. You don't even have prep time. Thinking about it. Okay, think about it. You don't even have prep time. So yeah, I am Champagnie. See you in the next one.